Now that the season is over, we take a look at Pro Football Weekly's MVP meter. While there was a late sentiment for Drew Brees, ultimately Aaron Rodgers, the body of work you look at for the whole season, it's hard to argue with him being the top pick.
Yeah, I think it's important to say there's certainly no wrong answer here. We're talking about two record-breaking quarterbacks whose teams are poised to make serious Super Bowl runs. So you can't go wrong. I'm just kind of happy I don't have a real vote. I just get to talk about it on camera. But as you said, I think at the end of the day, the edge has to go to Rodgers for the full body of work, wins his first 13 games, doesn't have a multi-interception game. Meanwhile, Drew Brees has 5 of them. Very costly, 2 losses in those 5 multi-interception games. So they're so close. The numbers really stack up. It's unbelievable to think that with Brees setting records for both yardage and completion percentage, it's still going to be Rodgers' award, but just so consistent, and he really did get the edge for that reason.
People just kind of forget about early in the season. For so long he played so well, and then Matt Flynn comes in at the end. That doesn't take away what he did earlier in the year. Rodgers ultimately, I think, was just the best player in the NFL this year. But beyond these guys, you look at maybe who will have an impact in 2012, and some of the young names that we saw play well this year could really have an impact, starting with a few of the rookies, A.J. Green, Cam Newton. They could impact this MVP meter next year.
Yeah, no question. Starting with Cam Newton, we knew about the physical prospects. We knew that he was going to be a tough matchup for people, but how far along he was as a passer in a shortened offseason, got great coaching. That offense is going to take another step. He could definitely be right there. You talk about A.J. Green, and normally receivers, young guys, struggle out of the gate. Even despite working with a rookie quarterback in Andy Dalton, no one could cover A.J. Green, over 1,000 yards receiving. He's going to build on that. And don't forget DeMarco Murray, came on strong after Felix Jones went down. He looks very promising if he can come back from that injury as well.
I think if he can stay healthy, he could be that back they're looking for in Dallas. There's also a couple of veterans, guys that at least have been around a year or two, that started to make a name for them this year, and you expect them to just explode, starting with Jason Pierre-Paul.
On that Giants defensive front, you normally think Osi Umenyiora, Justin Tuck. Holy cow, Jason Pierre-Paul, unbelievable. He's a defensive MVP candidate, just couldn't be blocked, couldn't be stopped. And Mike Wallace, still the premier deep threat in the game. They've got Antonio Brown now. That's only going to loosen things up even more for Wallace, a guy to keep an eye on next year.
Yeah, JPP is unbelievable, and he's so raw that when he actually starts to learn the position even more, he's just going to be an animal. I'm not sure you're going to be able to stop that guy. That is our MVP meter for this year for the best coverage of the league. Check us out at ProFootballWeekly.com.
It's never too early to start thinking about the NFL Draft, and Pro Football Weekly's new draft database has you covered. Check out updated player rankings for over 750 prospects and our exclusive PFW Stock Watch. Just go to the Draft tab at ProFootballWeekly.com.